And we're back inside Sunrise, and right now it's all about eating safely.
Oh, okay.
When eating out. So a viral video showing a vending machine dispensing fast food meals has raised a few eyebrows and some serious questions about food safety and consumer awareness. So while KFC Jamaica has confirmed it is not affiliated with the operation, the incident has sparked a wider conversation about buying food from third-party and unregulated sources. So joining us to help break this all down is food safety communicator and advocate Alison Richards. Alison, good morning.
A very good morning to you, Alison.
Alison, let me tell you now, I think everyone under the sun thought that this was KFC opening a dispensary.
Yes.
Once the statement came out from KFC to say, we are not affiliated, this is not us, it raised many a red flag. Let's talk about the concerns now about this third-party source who is selling these meals.
Yes, so since COVID, there has been a great uptick in food and third-party food vending. You can see the delivery services, persons cooking from home, and now we have this new innovative, maybe not so safe idea where we're having vending food. Now, fast food, the primary purpose of fast food is for it to be consumed fast. So the idea behind these operations for fast food restaurants is not that you're going to take the food from the establishment and prolong that wait time between preparation and eating. So, of course, the concern is how long ago, who is handling this food? How is it transported to these vending machines? Is it, if it's not sold before the end of the day, what happens to it? Is it overnight food? Are the vending machines pest-proof? Can rats get in? Can cockroaches get in? You know, so these are there's a whole bunch of questions I had when I saw it. I was thoroughly confused.
And
I mean, on the note and the importance of food safety, talk to us about what are some of the main risks. I mean, I think you mentioned a few.
Yeah, and there are a few more. So temperature control, you know, one of the most important things when we talk about food preparation is temperature control. How long are we keeping food in that danger zone, which is what we refer to it being warmer than 5 degrees and lesser than 60 degrees. So between 5 degrees and 60 degrees Celsius, you definitely don't want food between those two temperatures. So once the food is prepared, the temperature starts to get cold. So it's that time now you start to worry and you're wondering what's happening. Bacteria growing back. It's a party time for bacteria when it reaches them temperatures. You know, them come out and them say So if persons are not aware of these conditions, another issue is the cross-contamination. We mentioned it earlier. How is the food transported? The fast food boxes and packaging is not sturdy. It's not, you know, it's, as I said, it's not intended for long-term storage. So I even saw a video online where someone actually, in using the vending machine, one of the boxes were torn, so the food was exposed before it even got to the end user. So all of these are a risk. You know, when that spill happened, that is really the breeding ground for roaches to try to get in, for ants to get in. Is there a cleaning schedule for this vending machine? And ideally, the vending machine is like a food business. It's a restaurant.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. If I am a purchaser and I purchase a meal from this vending machine and I become violently ill, is there liability for the person who has the vending machine? Is there liability removed from KFC because they've made a disclaimer? Walk me through that.
Yes, so the issuance of a disclaimer is what is behind it. We're not responsible. And of course, with the liability now remaining on the person who owns the vending machine, who is the person? So that's where, you know, the liability comes, because you don't know who. Yes, I think I saw where you have attendants at the machine, but where is the structure in terms of, you know, insurance? How can persons claim if, you know, something like that should happen to them? And a lot of people might eat it and think it's gas, because we always confuse foodborne illness with gas. Oh, little gas. Little ginger tea, when oftentimes it's foodborne illness. So that is a very important topic or consideration to be made. Where is the liability and who it falls on in the event that someone gets ill?
That's the question. Who is ultimately responsible?
Well, what we do know is not Restaurants of Jamaica. They have made it explicitly clear they have nothing to do.
And the Restaurant Associates as well has come forward to say that they're not, you know, they're not affiliated with the operation.
So give us some advice now. What's your best advice to persons who want to be
Don't be afraid to ask questions. Ask questions.
I thought something else was coming after that. Don't. I'm not going to lie, Alison. I thought you were going to say something totally different. Like, no, do it.
Well, I don't get there yet. But ask questions. If you ask a question and it's being met with aggression and attitude, then chances are this is not somewhere you want to spend your money. So ask questions. Ask who is, how this prepare, how long gonna have it at store for. Those are the things. And always use your 5 senses. That's why God give you them. Smell it, feel it, touch it. If it don't seem right, chances are it's not. And I mean, it's convenient, but it's not worth the risk.
There's so many safety tips that we can discuss, not just in relation to this particular topic here now, but in general when it comes to food. You are having a workshop. Talk to me about the workshop, how people can sign up, participate, get informed. Walk me through.
All right, so for this year, I launched a series of 12 webinars across the year. So it's one every month, and the idea is just to discuss and to deep dive into food safety topics that we really don't think about. So in January, we talked about cottage businesses, persons who are operating and making food from home that they're selling. So we did that last week or the week before. Coming up on February 5th, which is a Thursday at 10 a.m., free webinar on Zoom, free of charge, and having the experience in regulation of food safety, I give an insight into what an inspector looks for. So even though our webinar coming up now is on street food, that is a huge part of our culture. Yes, so all our jerk chicken vendor, when you jerk chicken, where him store the jerk pan when him leave.
Where's the restroom?
Where him clean it, where him wash him hands. So those are some things we're going to be discussing for. So your street vendors, I want you to come to this webinar. For consumers, now you can keep check by your jerky when you go out and you say jerky where you wash your hand. You're not holding persons accountable.
Listen, you know, say, me did think about the wash hand part, but for my entire 40 years on this planet, me never think about where the jerk pan store.
Yeah, where I'm stored when him carry it leave. If it even leaves, all it does from the traffic.
Stop that.
You know how him wash it down. So those are some things we want to talk about. Street food is not heavily regulated in Jamaica, but there are guidance and practices that have been developed by the Bureau of Standards and international food agencies that provide guidance, which I'll be getting into, kind of giving you, from a regulator perspective, how can you become compliant? How can you demonstrate to your customers that you're operating and you try to do the safety thing? Because I've had jerk chicken before and it didn't serve me well. Oh dear. Bathroom for days. So it happens, yeah.
On that note, one last question. I mean, you mentioned something about temperature control. 5 degrees to 60 degrees.
Yeah, that's the danger zone. So you don't want food between that. From 5 degrees to 60, you don't want the food temperatures to be once you've finished preparing. So your buffet lines, that's why you always see the persons at the buffet with them thermometer.
So keep the food warm then?
Hot. Hot. Say warm.
Okay.
More hot than warm.
Okay. We're going to go to a break, but Alison, do you know that my father always tells a story about there's a soup man that he used to love to go to. My father enjoyed the soup every Friday evening. He would have the soup, and then one day he go, and the soup man gone, and he say, "Where's the soup man?" Only for 2 weeks later, big headline, man charged for selling dog soup. All right. Our many thanks to Alison Richards, food safety communicator and advocate, for sharing everything consumers need to know before biting. IT.
Listen, we head to our final break before wrapping things up right after this. Stick and say, this is
you didn't drink the dog soup?
No.
You're one of those people? My dog did. Alison, hey, well, me love street food.